Well, good morning, Gulf Coast. Welcome to another edition of Expert Alert. I'm your host, Jim Tabor. This is where we talk to experts from around the Gulf Coast and from different businesses and helping you in decisions you might need to do, or some help you might need. We have constructions in here as well. But this morning we have a couple gentlemen been on the show many of times. Jeff O'Keefe Jr. is the president of Bradford O'Keefe Funeral Homes here on the Gulf Coast, and Justin O'Keefe, who is the manager. So it's good to have you both here with us again. One of the things we want to talk about today is there comes a time when you have a loss of a loved one, and there can be, and especially if it's sudden, some confusion as to what they might have wanted. Did you get everything in there that you wanted to about them? Well, they've got a great little book called Plan to Heal. And it's got all kinds of information about it. And that's what we're going to talk about this morning, is this Plan to Heal booklet that y'all have come up with.
Right, yeah, we're excited to have these booklets provided to the public at no charge. And what this booklet does is it contains a lot of personal and private information that really only you know about the person who has the booklet. Mm-hmm. And so it's kind of, you can craft your life story in here and kind of put your accomplishments and the things that you've done. I know when my father passed away, Jeffrey's grandfather, we had all that information to go through. He was a World War II fighter pilot, and he did this, and Mayor Biloxi, and did this. And of course, not everybody has those types of accomplishments, but hey, I graduated from high school. I'm pretty happy about that. And so I like to put different things in here about my life and my hobbies, and I got my single and twin engine pilot's license.
Oh, wow.
My scuba diver's license. And
yep.
A lot of people don't realize that, just the little things, but when death occurs, a lot of times people forget, oh, well, what did they do? Did they do this? Did they do that? And, I know Jeffrey has lots of hobbies and stuff as well, and each individual is their own person. And so what happens is when a loss occurs, the emotions are running so high, people forget about, oh, well, my husband did this, or my wife did that. And so this booklet right here is a really valuable resource. A lot of people think that, I'm still young. I've got time. I don't have to do this. No, that's something, and I'm going to use this as a very sad illustration, but just yesterday, I'm a reserve officer with Marine Patrol, have been for 12 years, and 9 years. Yesterday, we lost one of our fellow officers to COVID, and he was in his late 40s. Great life for him, he was strong and everything, so we never know. And this is something that I think this is a wonderful idea, because, looking through it, all the information that you have there and things that, as you said, accomplishments that you know about, mm-hmm. That you like, I said scuba diver, I'm a scuba diver. Yeah.
In 1987, I won the Academy of Country Music Award for the best country music personality, country music radio personality in the United States.
Wow, that is amazing.
That. Well, thank you.
Yeah,
but these are all things that, and no matter what else, that only certain members of the family might know, but certain may not know.
Well, and it's no secret that our calling back to God comes at His discretion. Whether it be younger or older. And a lot of times at a younger age, people just aren't quite ready to have that conversation where they come to the funeral home and they choose, the casket, and they pick out the service, and, a lot of people just aren't quite ready for that. And that's really the beauty of this book, is just different things like biographical information, education, hobbies, interests, stories, family dynamic. It's a great first step to at least beginning that process. Because, a lot of the times whenever you've, decided you're going to come in and fully do your arrangements, it can, carry a little bit of reality with it that a lot of people aren't ready to talk about maybe at that time. So at least one great first step in the right direction would just be, taking possession of this free book that we now have to offer and at least filling it out. And it just gives people a little bit to think about that maybe they probably haven't previously thought about.
Mm-hmm. And like you said, there are so many questions in here I know it says full name of the deceased. Well, you're not deceased yet, but
Yeah, so we're going to leave that area blank.
we're going to leave that area blank and everything. But but it does have emergency contact information in here, and then it has a list of your grandparents. Cities of residences and duration. Where have you lived? Where you lived so far. I mean, I've lived different places around the world because my father was military.
Yeah.
And as you said, hobbies, things like that you like to do, achievements, and different things that you've been involved with.
Right, that's right. Yeah, another thing too is it's very important because you have your immediate family members in your close little knit circle, but the problem is that you have other family too that may not live in this area. And so we see it happen all the time, as Jeffrey had mentioned. Like we had one gentleman die right here, he passed away right here in Gulfport. Well, his granddaughter lives right there in Perkinston. Well, that's just, 30 miles up the road, but it was far enough to be out of the family loop. Mm-hmm. And she didn't get notified of that death. And about 2 weeks went by, and she called down to speak with her grandfather, and they go, oh, well, we buried him 2 weeks ago. He passed away. And that's the reality, and that's what's so exciting about this book, is that, this is for you. This is for this person. I'm still alive. These are the people that I want to be contacted.
I love this one question here. 3 words that best describe your loved one's life.
Yeah.
And something like that, I would give that to, a spouse or significant other or a daughter, and have them fill that out.
Right.
Fill that part out.
Yeah.
And it kind of serves as also kind of as a living obituary, because so many times people are tasked with, formulating and putting an obituary together for a family member that's passed away. But, it's kind of sometimes grabbing straws, well, what all do we need to put in there? So, I mean, who better to put something like that together than oneself for themselves? So, just really that gathering of information is what this book is so useful for. And especially whenever the time comes that someone is ready to, actually do a pre-arrangement and get everything set up, with Bradford O'Keefe and everything, we've got this to go off of, so it's not a whole lot of repetition of questions, having the same conversation multiple times.
Now, you've got a little card in here that you can send in an envelope that, yes, I'd like to speak to someone about planning a funeral, which is something that, we've talked about here in the past, the importance of pre-planning. And, there's so much a difference in doing your pre-planning for the biggest thing is the peace of mind.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Because you don't have one family member arguing. Somebody suddenly passes. Well, I think he wanted this. Well, I think she wanted this. Well, I want this. Well, I want this. You've got down there. This is what I want.
Correct.
Right.
When
Exactly.
I pass. So this is why I want to do it. And you've got like 6 locations here on the Gulf Coast.
Right, exactly. And we have the phone number here on the screen that you can call to get one of these free booklets. And you can also call any of our 5 or 6 locations.
Or stop by there.
Yeah, or stop by in person and request the Plan to Heal booklet. And we'll get this to you at no charge.
And the email is easy, info@bradfordokeefe.com. And you can email somebody like that, and they'll definitely respond to you.
Absolutely.
Online. And and set up an appointment to come out and talk to you.
And the website itself is also a great resource.
Oh yes,
we've got all of the contact information where if someone wants to, have a sit-down meeting, like possibly they filled this booklet out, now they're ready to actually initiate that appointment. But they may not want to just talk on the phone. If they want to go through the website, there's a form that can be filled out, and we get back in touch with them fairly quickly. We try to make ourselves available 24/7 as needed through every avenue possible.
Right, yeah, because I mean the thing about living down here on the Gulf Coast, there's so many different people with so many different shift jobs and everything.
Oh yeah,
Right,
that you have to make yourself available for. I mean that's the one of the great things about all the folks that work with y'all.
Yeah, that's right. And another thing too is this is not any some form of commitment either. In other words, you can get this booklet, you can fill it out, you can take your time, you can call us, you can meet with us in person, ask questions, but you're not committed or obligated to do anything. And that's what's really exciting and nice about this. It's a service that we provide to the community, because our family's been serving this community for over 157 years.
And you look great for your age, Jim.
Oh, yeah. Yeah,
Thank you so much for being here, Jeffrey.
Yeah,
always a
absolutely.
pleasure, gentlemen. Again, if you want to get a free copy of this book, call the number on your screen. Go to email them at info@bradfordokeefe.com. They'll be glad to help you out. We'll see you again tomorrow with another Expert Alert.
If you have a question for any of our experts, go to WLOX.com and click on Expert Alert. For a list of any of our upcoming experts, go to WLOX.com and click on Expert Alert.